The Japanese officer ordered an American prisoner to lift a heavy wooden beam weighing dozens of kilos. Though weak from starvation, the prisoner struggled to raise it with the last of his strength. The officer instructed his soldiers to shoot him if he dropped the beam. The prisoner's legs began to tremble, yet he refused to let go. To him, it was not only a fight to save his life, but a struggle for the dignity that had already been crushed. With each passing second, the beam grew heavier. Still, the prisoner refused to submit or surrender. The other prisoners around him were stunned by what they saw. In their eyes, he was no longer just a fellow captive, but a symbol of resistance. Even fear began to appear on the face of the arrogant enemy officer. The prisoners nearby stopped working to give him their silent support, for he was lifting more than a beam of wood, he was lifting the spirit of them all. He looked straight into the eyes of the Japanese officer and thought, I must live, because my will to live is far more terrifying to them than my death. With what little strength remained, he tried to lift the beam even higher. Seeing the prisoner's unbreakable spirit of defiance, the Japanese officer, trembling with rage, raised his weapon and struck the prisoner to the ground. The officer was bewildered. Despite all the pain and humiliation, the prisoner had not given in. The officer realized he could destroy the man's body, but not his soul. At that moment, he began to understand that he had already lost. Though the prisoner lay sprawled on the ground, in his heart he felt victorious. The officer, overcome with frustration, sank to his knees. A few days later, Japan surrendered unconditionally. The prisoners were marched toward the water to bathe, but they realized it was meant to be their final march. Just then, the roar of airplanes filled the sky. The order to shoot was halted, and supplies for the prisoners rained down from above, rekindling hope in their faces. The wounded prisoner climbed the steps toward the quarters of the Japanese officer who had tormented him. He wanted to see what had become of his cruel captor. But the officer had fled, too ashamed to face his defeat. In the end, the prisoner returned to his homeland. He knelt down, kissed the ground, then embraced his family tightly and wept tears of joy.